Hey, what's up, guys? This is Rolando with TGMP, and I want to welcome you to this channel. This is a new channel that we're starting up, and this is actually a team of us. There's going to be 6 of us on here, and this is going to be the first deck profile that sets the ball rolling for our channel. So I want to thank you for watching the video. Hopefully you give a like, comment, and subscribe, and tell anyone else who's a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh to come and check us out. We're going to be doing deck profiles and tournaments and DN commentary and lots of other fun stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy. Please bear with me for this deck profile. This is the first one I've ever done and the first one for the channel, so hopefully from here on out it only gets better. So this deck profile is on a deck that I was messing around with, and I thought it'd be fun and cool to make up. And it might not be an original idea, it might already be out there, so if it is, that's cool. But if it isn't, then I'm glad you guys got to see it here. It is Tele-Dad 2015. It's actually a more competitive version of Tele-Dad that you could go with. We're going to jump into it. So the first 2 monsters, which are your bosses and your win conditions in a way that you're going to be playing, which are pretty much the obvious for your lights and darks, are going to be BLS and Dark Arm Dragon. Next, for your one-ups, you're going to play Eclipse Wyvern and Dark Grepher. And you only play 1 Wyvern because you only have 1 target, and Grepher is at 1 because you don't want it to get too cloggy, and it has a good effect for dropping things off into the grave, but you know, you have your 3 Rotas to search that out for. Then for more dropping off to the grave, you play 2 Mathematicians. You also play 2 Gores. You play the Gores because you don't play any back row or anything like that, so it's to help you, you know, keep a defensive lineup. Then you also play 2 Photon Thrashers, and the Photon Thrashers are really good cards to have first turn if you draw into the Seraphs with it. It gives you good field advantage and good field presence, and it's a 2100 beater. Then you play 2 Plague Spreaders. You don't play 3 because you play 3 Krebins in the deck, and with Plague Spreader, if you draw into it too many times, it can get cloggy in a way. But there is a good combo that you can use where you summon your Plague Spreader out of the grave first. You take the card in your hand, put it on top of your deck, then summon a Malicious out of the grave, assuming you have it there, and then shuffle your deck so that way the next card that you would draw would be different. Then to help you with your Wyverns and rank 4s are your White Dragons and Black Dragons. And these cards are also really good cards to synchro with, because when you synchro off with them, they they give you the effect to add the other one to hand. Then you also play 2 Armageddon Knights, which is your Rota targets for dropping off to the grave. Next, for like a mini engine in the deck, you play the Star Seraphs, 3 Scepter and 3 Chair. These cards, everyone is normally familiar with them. You summon, special summon, draw, pop, etc. And it's a really good card to have first turn, especially if you can draw into both of them. Then you play 3 Malicious, which is a little bit more obvious because you have your rank 8 plays with Krebins and Plague Spreader, and 3 Krebins for your emergency teleport targets. For the spells, you play your Foolish Burial, get your plays going. It's the best card to draw into for first turn. Next, we played 3 copies of Rota to search the Armageddon Knights and the Dark Grepher. Also play 3 Monster Reincarnations, and you play 3, and it seems like it could be cloggy, but it can actually help you out a lot at times. And the really cool part about it is if you ever have a Monster Reincarnation and a Plague Spreader in hand or a Malicious in hand, you can ditch one of them off to the grave in order to add something else that would be relevant, or to help you kind of balance out your darks in order to help you summon Dark Arm Dragon. And then the last card is Emergency Teleport. Okay, next we're going to get into the extra deck. You play 1 Daigusta Emerald, recycle your grave, 1 Ouroboros, 1 Castel, 1 Cowboy for when you're pushing for that OTK, 1 101, 1 Deltaros, 1 Exiton, and that'll do for the Xyz. Then we also play 1 copy of Trish, since Trish is off the ban list, and it's actually not that hard to make Trish. You just, Mathematician, Krebins, Plague Spreader, and a level 4, and there you go. So then you play obvious card, Beals. Sometimes Beals is actually a really hard card for a lot of decks to get over, believe it or not, so it's still slightly relevant. And you play Armades for that level 5 synchro plays. You also play 1 copy of Scrap Dragon, Yugioh Guardian for your level 6, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend for another level 8, and a good level 8 that is slightly looked over in decks that can synchro, only for the fact that if you play against a Necros matchup or a Shadal, you can actually go into this and use his effect, kill one of the monsters, and then the next turn they can't actually special summon any level 5 or higher. So that's actually has a good effect. And then a really fun card that's actually a really good card to go into in Leo. And now, at first, this deck was just for fun. It was never meant to actually be taken serious. But in a way, the more it was tested out, the more it was able to keep a competitive level. So the side deck is to actually help for that in times that you are playing competitive. So the side deck consists of 2 Effect Veilers, 1 Solemn Warning, 1 Regeki, double Dark Hole, play triple MST, 3 Anti-Magic Arrows for the OTKs, and 3 Forbidden Lands. The side deck is actually just made mainly only to help you get OTKs and to avoid other card effects when you're trying to get things going. So, alright, so that concludes the Tele-Dad deck profile. Hopefully you guys stay tuned to the channel and see all the other content that we bring you guys. Alright, TGMP signing off.